So when our friends at Omen asked to sponsor this video, I had a big question. So earlier this year at CES, I took a look at this, the Omen Transcend 14, and it is one of their most lightweight, thin laptops they've ever made. But the competition in this space is tremendously fierce. So let's take a look to see, is this any good?
Inside we have the laptop itself. Oh, this is the bundle. Okay, I didn't know this.
So this comes with the HyperX Cloud 3 wireless. So there's a lot of interesting things that the Omen team have done with this device. It is very thin. While obviously you're always gonna be giving up a little bit of top-end performance for something which is super thin and light. But this to me is the right blend of portability and performance. And every single one of these Omens, as far as I know, maybe there's a configuration I'm missing, but as far as I know, every single one of these Omens has the same 2.8K 120Hz OLED panel, which, OLED baby. All right, so I'm going to set this laptop up and spend a little bit of time with it. But the main question I have is a really simple one. If you were looking for a 14-inch gaming laptop, and I'll be honest, it's kind of the best size, is the Omen Transcend 14 worth a look? Because on paper, there are a lot of things going for it. The most eye-catching thing is definitely the keyboard. Especially in this white colorway, it looks sick. Now they're using pudding-style keycaps, which really emphasize the RGB, and I'll be honest, it helps the Transcend stand out amongst the excellent competitors in this size class. Now, if you couldn't tell already, I love the 14-inch form factor. In my opinion, it is the perfect balance between portability and functionality. Now, the Omen is using an all-metal chassis here that still comes in as the lightest gaming laptop that HP have ever made, but importantly, Omen didn't skimp on power. You get up to an RTX 4070 and a 71 watt-hour battery, giving you up to 8 hours of battery life. If that's not enough for you, don't worry because it also comes with a 140 watt charger, so you can get back to 50% of your charge in just 30 minutes. Now we'll give a slight mention to the actual USB-C charger itself. While the 140 watt works very well and very fast, I actually sometimes like to use a smaller 65 watt charger, and I actually found that that did not work on the Omen. So if I could throw a suggestion to the HP team, if there's some kind of firmware update to let me use lower wattage USB-C, that would be dope. The Transcend can also be equipped with up to an Intel Core Ultra 9 185H, one of the most powerful laptop processors on the market. Now I actually really like this choice. Most other laptops in this class use either AMD or the Intel HX series chips. Don't get me wrong, those are both strong options, but the Core Ultra chips have solid efficiency, with 6 high-performance cores, 8 efficiency cores, and 2 high-efficiency cores, which do make a difference for battery life in normal tasks. Same thing goes for the built-in Intel Arc graphics when you don't need the RTX GPU fired up, and the Intel NPU being on board for AI tasks. Look, I think this was a smart move. Intel also helped co-develop the hyperbaric cooling solution, which is a big reason why the Omen is as thin as it is. Now if you look at this like a gaming laptop, that thinness and battery efficiency might not sound all that important, but it is a big reason why you would even think about buying a laptop like this. No, it is not going to crush 4K Ultra at 120 FPS, the 250 watt TGP. This is a laptop that is potent for gaming, but it puts an equal amount of weight on usability and creative tasks. Personally, I think that's a smart move. That is all very cool, but what is this like to actually use? So this is the mid-spec model, which does come outfitted with the Core Ultra 7 as well as the RTX 4060. As you can see here, it is easy to get pretty much any game playable at a very respectable frame rate. This is Cyberpunk, running at the full 1800p resolution with of course DLSS enabled on high settings, and 60 FPS is not difficult to hit. Now on top of that, because it's such a thin and light laptop and they do have that hyperbaric cooling, you'll find that while, yeah, you can certainly hear the fans, but it's actually pretty reasonable. There we go. Above 60 FPS. Now, obviously we can turn the settings down just a little bit if we want to fully hit that 120 Hz of the display, but with a device like this, there's always a little bit of compromise involved, but that's a good thing. Yes, I could get a larger, thicker, heavier laptop that would give me a little bit more performance, but I'm sacrificing all of the usability, all of the portability that I love about this 14-inch form factor. Next up, we've got CS2, and I'm using the Cloud 3 wireless headset that can come bundled with the laptop. The main reason why you would want to use this HyperX headset with the Omen is that it actually doesn't need a dongle. You literally pull out of the box, hit the power button, and it is immediately paired. This is a great game to show this off because while a lot of games, I'm probably gonna play like 60 FPS if I'm honest, but the fact that you've got more esports titles that you can easily saturate the 120 Hz refresh rate of this beautiful OLED, and you can even run some of these games at the full resolution too, which you normally shouldn't. You should pretty much always be running them a little bit lower than 2.8K on a 14-inch display, but it's nice. Fortnite, another game that I always like to test, is also very playable here. So we're getting 80 to 90 FPS, again running at full resolution with DLSS enabled on high settings. So what I like about this laptop, and one of the things I think is really interesting about it, is the fact that, yes, it's got the 14-inch display, it's OLED, it looks terrific, and it's got a good amount of performance, but it's also good for more than just gaming. So if I want to say, oh, I don't know, make a sick amount of... Did I die? One thing it definitely has going for is speed. So it does have Windows Hello on board, so it unlocks and gets going very quickly, and the inputs are fairly solid. I think this keyboard looks really nice. It maybe could use a little bit more of a click, but it's very standard for gaming laptop keyboards. Something I will say that I'm not a huge fan of are the speakers. So if we listen to them a little bit here, they're fine, but they lack a little bit of low end, and that's a consequence of their bottom firing somewhere. I actually don't know. Oh yeah, they're bottom firing right here, which is not ideal. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I always think that, especially with an all-new design, there's room for improvement. The speakers are fine, but could be better. And same thing goes with the keyboard. If it had a little bit more of a click, I think that would actually go a long way toward giving you a little bit more of a better gaming experience and typing experience. That being said, these are all minor nitpicks that I think could be improved in the future. But none of it really detracts from the overall package here, which I will just say is quite strong. I don't want a couple of little complaints to sort of overshadow what they've done here, because HP and the Omen team, they've done something that's quite special. Like, this is something that is far better than it really needed to be. So, is the Omen Transcend 14 worth it? Maybe I'm a little biased since it's my favorite form factor, but I'm honestly pretty impressed with Omen. HP could have absolutely just phoned it in and shipped a shrunken version of their larger Omen laptops and just called it a day. But it's clear that they put real effort in here between the excellent display, eye-catching design, and respectable performance. To get a foothold in the market though, the Omen team have to be aggressive on price, and I'll give them props for that. While the laptop starts at $1,600 MSRP and can reach over $2,000 when you fully spec it out, they've got some good deals on HP.com that bring that base model down to just $1,200, which is super aggressive. The RTX 4060 configuration at just under $1,300 in white will be my pick, since you're always going to find diminishing returns when you max out a thin and light laptop just purely from a thermal perspective. But at the end of the day, the Omen Transcend 14 is an incredibly solid pick. If you want to check it out, of course, I'll have a link in the description. And thank you very much to Omen and Intel for sponsoring this video. Good job, y'all. This thin light gaming laptop space is absolutely on fire right now, and this is one of the strongest options out there.